This Organized Chaos video is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's a pretty good breakdown of all the stuff he brings up. I'm not sure how well you guys can read that. But yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good breakdown. But let's look over some other stuff. Does he go over episode 10? Because I feel like he would cringe over episode 10. Probably not, but let's see. Does he do a review of Rings of Power at all? Because that'd be interesting. We could look at the other side of this. It's probably like the exact same thing. Are any of these reviews? Like, this says House of the Dragon review. That one says House of the Dragon... No, episode 5 review. I don't know what your reviews are, bro. Doesn't look like he talks about episode 10, unfortunately. What? So I watched episode 5. So let's. I guess we'll go ahead and see if Rings of Power an epic failure. Amazon destroys Tolkien. It gets worse. Okay, let's see if this is actually a review.
Hi, John. Is this show divisive?
I don't know. I don't. There are far more. So there's a lot of vocal people about it, but nowhere near as divisive as, say, Star Wars had been or anything like that. I think, generally speaking, the general audience has been quite enjoying it.
Wrong!
Nah, that's probably a correct take from him.
Nerdrotic.com.
Just because you guys can review bomb stuff doesn't mean you're the general audience. I hate to tell you guys that.
It felt only natural to us that an adaptation of Tolkien's work would reflect what the world actually looks like, says Lindsay Weber,
So, like, fun fact, all art represents the world it was created in. Period. There's no getting around that. You guys need to fucking cope.
Executive producer of The Rings of Power. I think it should be pretty clear now that when you hear a statement like that, when it comes to any show now, that is the kiss of death. JD.
That's just a fucking fact, bro. It's a fact. Fucking cope.
Payne, co-showrunner of The Rings of Power, describes the upcoming series as the novel Tolkien never wrote. More like the novel the professor would never write. And let's not forget that the second word in the very first quote from the very first press release was diverse, epic, diverse, and filled with heart, says J.D. Payne.
Fucking based.
And Patrick McKay in a joint statement. Well, you got one.
These guys are so triggered by that fucking word diversity. Just fucking grow the fuck up, bro.
Right, it's diverse. Coming up a bit short on the epic and completely devoid of the
It was pretty epic.
Heart. And now we know exactly why Amazon really refrained from talking about the actual show very much in the 6-month lead up to this complete disaster.
Okay, complaining about lore, talking about ratings. He hasn't talked about ratings yet. He's definitely gone over some stuff, though. This does seem similar so far, because he's doing lots of background shit right now. Complain about representation, check. So here, I'll put 2 on next to that one. Complain about lore. Background stuff. Oh, wait. Yeah, that was just this one. Okay, let's see what else.
Because they knew that's exactly what they had on their hands. And the only card they had left to play was using diversity and identity as a shield. And they have been caught in 4K, as the kids say, or the boomers, I'm not really sure at this point, when they deleted 5,000 reviews from the meager, paltry 15,000 reviews that are on Prime Video. And they were so embarrassed when they got called out by channels like RK Outpost and The Quartering that they put them back. Oh, and remember the super
it was probably really bad shit, too.
Fans? Well, They're not even watching the show.
A lot of talking about my girl Galadriel. Yeah, I love Galadriel. Which is better, House of the Dragon or Rings of Power? Well, I haven't watched Rings of Power yet because I'm going to binge it. I don't want to watch them both at the same time. And House of the Dragon started first. So I was already taken, so I've got to wait. So I don't know. But so far, House of the Dragon's really good, so... Rings of Power's got to do big things if it's going to be better than that one.
You work for me, remember? I know what you did. You're a damn predator.
Why the laughing, dude? What?
All right, just get the hell out of here, huh?
We're halfway through this boring abomination, and quite frankly, we're on the downhill slide of a show that started at the bottom. Not really sure how that works, but the Rings of Power managed it. The Rotten Tomatoes audience score seems to be stuck at...
Audience score. I put audience score in there, right? Talking about ratings. As a relayed show. Well, they are... I guess they've talked about ratings in... Yeah, we'll just go ahead. Because, yeah, he was talking about audience score on the other one. No, wait. I don't think he brought the audience score on House of the Dragon, did he? Tell me if I missed that. I don't think he did. Score. By the way, when you always review bomb stuff, you make the audience score fucking worthless. Just saying.
At 39%, maybe RT's just being merciful there. The Metacritic score is a whopping 2.9, and of course...
71% is actually the Metacritic score. But yeah, you can go to that audience score if you want.
Of course, the IMDb score is a lot different. It's 6.9 out of 10. I'm sure that has nothing to do with them being owned by Amazon. I'll ask you, dear viewer, the over 544,000 of you out there, thank you, and to the 43% who haven't subscribed to this channel yet. Does it feel like a hit? Are people gushing about this positively in the pop culture sphere? Are you discussing it with your pals at work around the water cooler? Are new YouTube channels popping up with their Sauron theory videos getting thousands of views when everyone should know it's Halbrand? Or does it...
Wait, so he's calling it out early that it's Halbrand. Was this released after it came out? So he just said Sauron's Halbrand, which is correct if you've seen the show. I actually didn't see that coming. So that'd be kind of cool if he caught that. But, people, like, I saw a video from him before it came out complaining about creating a new character, and Halbrand shouldn't be in the show because they're creating a new character that wasn't part of the lore, and now he's saying, oh, he is part of the lore, and he's not even gonna take it back. Anyways... Let's do this. So he said there are no YouTube videos. Honestly, yeah, just bring up unrelated stuff because the fact that YouTube videos exist for it doesn't matter. But yeah, let's see. Rings of Power. What? Like Emergency Awesome does lots of stuff like that. Full breakdown in Easter eggs, 500,000. Well, he was definitely bringing in the views talking about shit like that. He brought in hundreds of thousands of views doing that. Who else? Mr. Sunday Movies sometimes does that. I don't know a whole lot, but let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like he really did, Well, here, can we just do Rings of Power Easter eggs? Oh, Screen Crush did one with 200,000. Or 97,000. Well, that one only got 16, so that wasn't as popular. Screen Crush is killing it with those videos. Watch Mojo got some in there, of course. Emergency. Okay, so he just said that nobody's doing videos that get hundreds of thousands of views talking about the lore and all the Easter eggs in there when they were. So he's just counting on his fans not to double check him. So outright lying. Let me make sure chat's good to go. All right.
Feel like what it is. A giant, repurposed, but diverse, billion-dollar flop. Quite possibly the biggest in history. And yes...
Blackwing, I see you're asking, is it the all audience or verified audience? I don't believe TV series can separate that. I believe that's just a movie thing, because verified audience are people who can prove, who can provide a ticket stub. That's all verified audience is. And I don't believe a TV series can provide that.
I'm stealing this from my friend Az at Heel versus Babyface. Who knew that Amazon hired an intimacy coordinator for the fandom, because we're the ones getting fucked. All right, I've put this off long enough, and I know you want me to stop pussyfooting around. Let's talk about the 5th episode of The Rings of Girl Power, which is titled Partings, but I think a more appropriate title would be Fartings.
There's a tempest in me.
Yes, how dare a woman have authoritative scene? Complain about women not taking traditional roles. Boom.
So where did we leave off last time? The Harfoots were migrating, Galadriel was being insufferable, Halbrand was being Sauron, the Stranger is a mystery, Adar is a mystery, the Hadad activists and Don Lemonless, guess who's coming to second breakfast, are trapped at the Watchtower, and the Númenóreans are going to sail to Middle-earth. Sorry, spoilers, by the end of this episode, the Harfoots are still migrating, Galadriel's still being insufferable, Halbrand...
Galadriel, get it? Because she's a woman and she's a warrior, so she's Galadriel, despite the fact that even though she's a warrior, she didn't present as masculine whatsoever and was pretty feminine throughout the series. She was just a good fighter. Do you understand nuance, Gary, at all?
Bran is still Sauron. The Stranger's still a mystery. Adar is still a mystery. Guess who's coming to second breakfast is still trapped at the Watchtower. And the Númenóreans have decided again to sail to Middle-earth. Okay, we might have learned...
Hey, Mikhail.
a few minor details that progressed this show that's going at a snail's...
Liam, Rings of Power, I'm probably gonna spoil it. I've already spoiled parts of it. It's decent. It's a slow burn. The last 3 episodes are fantastic.
Pace inches forward, but that was far outweighed by the total destruction of Tolkien's lore. My one big takeaway from this episode is...
Ooh, did I put in lore destruction? Because complaining about... Oh, yeah, I already got complaining about lore on there. Okay. Oh, he's already done snarky remarks on here. Hold on. Snarky remarks.
The elves are as big assholes as the Harfoots, but not as much as the people who run this show and put it out. We did get a break from the Harfoots last episode, thank God for small favors, but unfortunately they're back with female Frodo and totally not Gandalf. And like the
Wallace and Gromit, we were thinking, I didn't even look at the chat, and yeah.
true bad reboot disciples these hack writers are, or graduates of repurposing school, we get a repurposed Strider's riddle set to a horrible song.
Through cold and through frost, that not all who wander or wander are lost.
And the following scene with a...
Well, I mean, the song was better without this stupid thing you added in the background. I mean, what the heck did you want? I mean, so just to go ahead and point this out, you are aware, assuming you've read the books, they do actually occasionally break out in song. There are songs in the books. It is a thing. I'm being 100% serious, too. This is a thing.
Adar, or Adar, I don't really care what he's called. We get some more of that trademark Rings of Power repeating things we already know. We're shown once again that the orcs don't like the sun and their skin burns it, except for the times it doesn't. We did get a crumb of new information in this scene. Adar, or Adar, wants to do something with the sun. It probably has something to do with bringing in a new age of orcs because these hack writers can't come up with anything original and they can only repurpose. By the way, Adar or Adar or whatever the hell he's called is just an elf, but he created the orcs. Now, how can just an elf create the orcs? The orcs that were originally created by Morgoth? I don't even know why I bother at this point. It's not like J.D. Payne or Patrick McKay give a crap. 5 episodes in, it's pretty damn clear that the showrunner's mantra of
Jesus Christ. Complaining about lore, bring up unrelated stuff, double standards. Oh, complain that's not 100% faithful. Boom! It's like, I know I've seen that before.
Of going back to the book was just to get names and places for Easter eggs. Oh, did we say adapt the lore? We meant assault it. Meanwhile, back in Haradville, remember we had to wait an entire episode to hear that the message from Adar was surrender or die. Well,
writers can't write anything. Yes, and I love that because I want to go ahead and put that because it kind of goes along with not being 100% faithful. They complain when it's not 100% faithful, and then complain when writers aren't original. Because, fun fact, these two things don't go together. You have to pick one. Which one do you want? And they complain about both.
They're going to finally deliver that message to the people, and Girl Boss Bronwyn is going to get her big girl boss moment with a big girl boss speech.
I know I'm not the king you have awaited, but if you choose to stand with me and fight, this tower will no longer be a reminder of our frailty, but a symbol of our strength. Who will stand with me? Who among you will stand and fight?
Oh, brother! I think already Mark complained about women not taking traditional roles, although he just did it again. So if you're doing one of these reviews, every time a woman does something non-traditional feminine role, could do that. You gotta complain about that every time. Jesus Christ, this is
This guy stinks!
Well, that was inspiring. Not surprised half the people left when the tweaker gave an equally inspiring speech.
Random mean-spirited clips. I could do that. Random mean-spirited clips. I mean, that's definitely... They've done that a lot here. Is that 2 words? Okay. Did they do it in the last one? If you guys tell me he did, I'll believe you and just add it.
Say this for our ancestors. They lived.
Man, that Bronwyn girl boss speech was so different from...
I like that. Treating random, unsupported opinions as matter of fact. I like that, Michael. A little bit so we can see it all. All right.
Muriel's girl boss speech from last week. I understand Amazon had some limitations. I mean, they only had $1 billion to spend, but maybe you should have spent a little more on the writers. Head of the Tolkien Society, Sean Gunner, wasn't kidding when he unironically tweeted that the Rings of Power will pass the Bechdel test. Unfortunately, it's not passing the Tolkien test. Oh, and I have a question when it comes...
Can you define the Tolkien test, dude? Just tell me what the Tolkien test is. I'd love to fucking know.
To Haradville. Can't they just leave? I mean, since we're completely screwing with the lore at this point, why not send everyone from Haradville up north or to the west to Numenor? You're missing a great opportunity here, Amazon, for an immigration allegory. I'm just kidding. I gotta stop giving him ideas. There's a boring scene with Elendil and Isildur. Apparently he doesn't know what he's looking for, and apparently the showrunners can't explain what he's looking for either, because I have no idea and I don't care. Alls I know is this show should be focused on characters like Gil-galad, Elendil, and Isildur, and they are just C-list characters. Maybe...
So it should focus on white guys. Why won't it focus on Galadriel anyway? Galadriel's a major character too. Of course, we know why you don't want to focus on Galadriel.
B- list characters, and they're all idiots. And no, I have no idea where Celeborn is, but more on that later. Then we get some Sauron, Halbrand, forging because he's totally not Sauron. Then a Númenórean moron guard informs him he has visitors, and then Halbrand goes and visits somebody.
What? Southlander? Your visitors.
Halbrand, who had visitors, goes to visit Galadriel and Queen Regent Muriel. Remember Queen Regent Muriel?
This is just an incredibly mean-spirited review. Like, he's doing the point-by-point thing, but just everything sucks. It's all just... Jesus Christ.
She gave such a powerful speech last episode.
You know, I haven't heard him once mention the visuals in this series, because the visuals in this series are absolutely fucking stunning. Like, this is like... Just watching this, it's like watching a fucking movie. Like, it was gorgeous to look at, and he's not once said, oh, wow, this is really great to look at. No, let's just complain because women do stuff.
That I completely forgot it. You know, the one that was picked by her people to be queen.
Yeah, I agree, Liam. It's kind of uncomfortable, just complaining about, like, oh, God, it's all the dumb stuff he's complaining about.
Regent, well, apparently she's a battle commander too. I think the character.
Well, I'm sitting through it sober, and I wish I wasn't. Yeah, we'll finish this one. Then I want to find just an unrelated, just random review that he's done, hopefully for a movie, and then we'll do some requests. We'll probably do at least 2 requests before I call it a day.
Of Muriel beautifully encapsulates.
So at least 3 more videos.
Everything wrong with this show. Yes, she was from the lore. Yes, she was destined for the throne of Numenor, but it was taken when Ar-Pharazôn forced her into marriage. She never was a queen regent. She never was a battle commander who went into battle. She never met Galadriel. But what they needed was another girl boss, because this show is...
Complain about them not being 100% faithful to the lore, or complain about them not being original. You can't do both.
Short on them. That reminds me, I forgot to mention the very brief appearance of Chicka Chicka Slim Lady, or Feminem. And I know what you're thinking. That guy's got a nice rack, but that guy is another girl boss. Slim Lady and these ladies are inspecting the area where Totally Not Gandalf landed.
The fuck?
And you've already seen 95% of this in the trailer. Where was I? Oh, back in Numenor, Muriel gets called away, and then we get some forced argument between Halbrand and Galadriel.
Yeah, I agree, Archmage Fry. I wish Eowyn had just stayed home and been a wife. What made Return of the King so much better? Woo!
Adriel, this whole show is about just filling time and creating content.
That's like every show in existence, bro. That's what TV is. Holy shit.
Forced dialogue that ends up repeating itself. Forced themes that end up repeating themselves. All so we can get to a...
Well, actually, good themes do repeat. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, if you have issues with the dialogue, I mean, the dialogue in this series was largely done like an old school style, like Tolkien dialogue. So I see what they were going for. If it wasn't your cup of tea, that's fine. But it's obvious what they were doing.
Destination we know we're going to end up at in...
Afraid of Women. Yes, he is very triggered by women. I feel like we've already covered that, but yeah, I'll go ahead and add. Scared of women.
In a couple of episodes, if anybody's awake or cares. 5 episodes in, and we're still in the same place with Halbrand. He's still the reluctant leader, the Southern Aragorn, who's going to be set up to subvert our expectations and be Sauron. Even if I didn't know he was Sauron, I'd still think he was Sauron because I got that in the first episode. And just in case...
What was the giveaway? I thought they did a good job with that reveal. I mean, it's kind of impressive he figured it out, but, like, he's, like, just spoiling it for everybody because he's whinging about the whole fucking thing. I mean, say what you will, like, yeah, it was a slow burn beginning, but, like, when this series got going, it got good.
If you didn't catch it the first time, the Harfoots are assholes.
Take their wheels and leave them.
Who are being tracked by wolves. You know how I can tell? Well, they saw a wolf track and then said, hey, it's wolves.
Wolves.
No shit, Sherlock.
Then they get attacked by bad CGI wolves, and quite frankly,
I thought they looked pretty good.
I was rooting for the bad CGI wolves. For the book readers, that scene was supposed to be a callback to when the Fellowship was surrounded by wargs on their way to Moria. And we have arrived at...
Okay, so you're noticing that it's a callback, and they're respecting the lore, and they apparently get no points for that one, apparently, for some reason.
The worst scene in this show. I know I said that last week with the Galadriel escape. Well, this time, it's worse, just like this show is getting worse. Galadriel trains Númenóreans.
Okay, so, quick survey from you guys. I want an answer. What's the worst nickname, Galadriel or Matt Damon Targaryen? I'm definitely going with Galadriel, but what do you guys think?
To describe how ridiculous this is, it's like the Virgin Mary training Spartans. Just a reminder, Númenóreans aren't just regular men, they're Ubermen. They live longer, they're smarter, they're stronger, they're faster, and they're fierce warriors.
I know, women trading men. Oh, God.
And I didn't think it was possible, but to make things worse, they have Elendil.
No, we got one. Okay, 2 votes for Galadriel. Yeah, let's see. Galadriel, yeah.
The tall, who in the books is 7'11" and one of the fiercest Númenórean warriors.
Are we going to get any votes for Matt Damon Targaryen? Because, yeah, Galadriel is cleaning house right now.
Ask Galadriel to train his men. Oh, sorry, and women.
Yeah, it's very misogynistic. It's fucking stupid.
Man or woman. Oh my God, she might be non-binary. And what's
What the? Okay, let's look at her real fast. What remotely looking at her like she doesn't look non-binary? She looks like a woman, bro. Jesus Christ. Ah.
And what's Galadriel, the Girlbarians warrior, the Wastelands, commander of the Northern armies and scourge of the orcs? Big advice for the Númenóreans?
There are many ways to kill an orc. But for you, I will keep it strong and simple. Stab, twist, gut.
Well, duh. That's right.
It's training. When you start training somebody, you give them the fucking basics. You don't start them at the 200 level course, bro. There's 101 courses for a reason.
It's to stab them with the sword. Then we get a Númenórean.
It's training.
Dance-off.
Have you ever seen a really cool fight? It's a lot like a dance. I mean, especially in media and movies and stuff like that. Like, real life fighting is usually over really fast. It doesn't look as cool as it does in the movies. But in the movies, they like to do the dancing fighting because it looks fucking cool.
Morpheus is fighting Neo.
Yes, that was a reference to a fight scene connected to this fight scene for no reason.
The acting was awful. The editing was terrible, and you can tell they were trying to hide Morphin Clark as much as possible, having her walk behind giant beams or conveniently get blocked by somebody or cut away. I mean, what the hell?
Well, probably a lot of that was just to help hide the stunt double, because there's usually stunt doubles. Actors don't typically do a lot of their own stunts because they're actors.
What the hell is this?
It's wow. I just don't even know what to say about this stupidity. Just she's doing like a dancing fight move because it looks cool. Get over it.
I mean, this is just embarrassing. And then she gives terrible advice.
Swordsmanship is about balance rather than strength. Fight with your feet, not your arms.
What are you, fucking stupid?
What the fuck is wrong with that advice? Dude, if you put all your power into one sword swing, you're gonna throw yourself off balance, you're gonna fall over, you're gonna fucking lose. That is good advice. What the hell? Like, can he just not handle advice from women? Okay, we're gonna... okay, we've already got plenty of sexism in here, but we'll go ahead, because that's just so obnoxious. Triggered by advice from women. There is nothing wrong with that thing she just said, and he's triggered by it for no fucking reason, I swear to God.
Don't plant roots. Keep moving. Never trust brute force to best an orc.
don't know if that was 100% brute force. That was a lot of speed, but also, honestly, it was kind of sloppy, too. So, the fuck? No.
Meanwhile,
I mean, it was cool, but so was the little fighting training she did there, so fuck.
With Adar and those very white orcs, they're finished digging their big-ass trench. We also learned after Tweaker bent the knee that Adar doesn't like being called Sauron. Then he makes Tweaker kill Inceldril. What I'll probably end up saying in the rest of these reviews, the stupid doesn't end there. Like the repurposing hacks these fools are, the showrunners felt the need to give an origin to Mithril, an ore. It doesn't need an origin. It's probably based on orichalcum, which is the mysterious metal from Atlantis, according.
Does it matter? I don't even really remember what it was, but yeah, I mean, if we want to break it down, metals have origins on how they are created, so I don't care. It's not like it broke. It's not like it was metachlorines or some shit.
According to the Rings of Power, the origin of Mithril is an elf fought a Balrog over a tree. And then we get garbage access media headlines like this, and as a Tolkien fan, it just infuriates me. Rings of Power.
Yes, and they spent so much time going over that, or just who cares?
Or episode 5 rewrites the origins of Middle-earth's most precious metal. It's more like Rings of Power retards the origins of Middle-earth. And then we get this
who cares?
Cockamamie sub.
I mean, I would care if they were actually retarding. I know that's not a great word to use, but that's what he used. But that's not even what they're doing. They just gave like a brief little origin to how the metal was created, and poof, it's there. It doesn't change anything, bro.
Plot soap opera crap with the elves. Gil-galad sent Elrond to Khazad-dûm. Gil-galad lied to.
Oh yes. Gil-galad. Let's see. Random article. I know that's on here somewhere. Oh, where is it? Oh, picking at random article and wins. Boom.
To Elrond. Elrond is keeping the truth from Gil-galad. He was also keeping the truth from Durin. Then we find out that Grandma Brimbor was lying to Elrond too.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Apparently a cancer.
What the fuck?
This tree in Linden shows that the light of the Eldar is fading and the elves might have to leave Middle-earth or die. Their big savior, Mithril, which now apparently contains the light of the Silmarils, and they've just turned Mithril into a MacGuffin. A MacGuffin, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is an object or device in a movie or a book that serves merely as a trigger for the plot. But the ring was a MacGuffin.
How dare fantasy and fictional stories have MacGuffins? It's a plot device. Just the existence of it isn't enough to say it's bad. It exists.
MacGuffin, sure, an argument can be made. You'd be wrong, but one could be made. Big difference. The Lord of the Rings is good. The Rings of Power is shit. We had the...
Okay, but just because a MacGuffin exists in it doesn't make it bad. That's... whatever.
Dumbest scene, and now we have, again, the most... I guess I gotta use this word again. Infuriating. There's some forced dialogue between...
Yeah, random sound clips. I can get behind random sound clips.
Galadriel and Halbrand, and they completely telegraph that he's Sauron, but they also give Galadriel an opportunity to mention her husband, Celeborn, and she does.
That's a good point. I don't know if that would make the list, but yeah, mocking the Oxford Dictionary. It's a fucking dictionary. What the hell?
Doesn't.
For every mystery, there is someone somewhere who knows the truth. Perhaps that someone was watching.
Have you seen this elf?
They say he's missing in the series. That's... I mean, do you want them to explain everything for you?
Evidently, we're just 2 episodes away from finding out that Celeborn is indeed dead. The reason he's...
No, he's missing. He's not dead. What the hell are you talking about?
Dead in season 1 anyway is because they didn't want to rob Galadriel of her...
they never say he's dead. For fuck's sake, bro.
Agency, and they wanted to ship her with Halbrand. Hashtag Thorondriel. Meanwhile, in Harad Tucky, we get some incredibly boring and forgettable dialogue, kind of like this entire show. And then Theo finally shows Don Lemonless his sword hilt. And lucky for both of them, Don Lemonless has seen that before on a wall.
Oh my god, Don Lemonless. These are fucking bad. You know what? I'm gonna put together a poll at some point and put it somewhere. Bad names. So we got Galadriel. That doesn't seem right. Galadriel. Don Lemonless. What was it? Matt Damon Targaryen. I'm sure that's not right. What else is there? I know there was more, but yeah. Help me out. I think there's more nicknames he dropped in here. And they're all bad. They're all really, really bad.
All about 3 feet away. And this is all setting up something completely different from the Battle of Helm's Deep in the Two Towers. This is going to be the Battle of Harad Tucky with one tower. The episode ends with the Numenorians doing...
Yes. Lord of the Rings stories have big battles. That's a thing. Ugh.
Exactly what they set out to do last episode, and they just repeated it. They're sailing to Middle-earth. Sure, I skipped some stupid stuff because I just don't have time to get it all. Yes, a couple of ships blew up from some wine cask that had the power of tactical nukes, and they're going into battle against a legion of orcs with 300 cosplayers and 2 girl bosses. The Rings of Power had the worst publicity rollout in history. Massive ratios on every video they released about this show.
Yeah, it's almost like you guys were like just pushing the fans to be pissed at this. Well, not even the fans, your toxic fan base. Your fans, I guess I would say. Not fans of Tolkien or anything like that, but your guys who just swarm the internet sites.
Oh, massive ratios on other people's videos talking about their videos. Amazon caught manipulating reviews, deleting reviews to this day. Caught paying off reviewers. Then there's the show.
Whoa. Okay, so number one, I 100% believe they were deleting reviewers because I'm certain the guys who are fans of Nerdrotic posted some cringe shit. I've seen the shit gets posted under my videos. I'm sure they are posting cringe reviews under Rings of Power stuff, so I'm sure they were deleting them. Absolutely, no doubt. As for them paying off critics, I would like a fucking source, dude. Just give me some piece of evidence that that fucking happened.
Show itself, horrific directing, editing, acting, writing, pacing. Your aesthetic mental map is garbage, and you use maps. The worst lead in living memory. Crap costume.
I thought Galadriel was cool, but whatever.
Crap props.
He just can't handle a woman as lead, apparently.
Had to copy and paste actors on your Haradville set.
I mean, that doesn't look wildly... Are any of these copied? These all look like they're fairly decent all little variations. I don't see any that's actually a direct copy. I think he's counting on people not to actually look over them. Because I'm not really seeing anything that's really actually a direct copy. So outright lying again. And yeah, no, they will computer generate faces.
The laughable fight choreography. This is cosplay. It's fan fiction. It's embarrassing. But to
No, I mean, I'm not saying there aren't some that are somewhat copied, but they all have variations. Yes, there are some that are copied with, but none of them are 100% the same, was my point.
Be fair, they only had $60 million an episode, but they did manage to be diverse and pass the Bechdel test. They just forgot to be good. Rings of Power is getting destroyed.
I like how he does the weird voice for passing the Bechdel test. Bechdel test is actually not a terrible thing to pass, in my opinion, because if there was a male version of the Bechdel test, like everything would pass it. So it makes sense that things should probably pass the Bechdel test.
Freud, deservedly so. And don't let some smug hack shill tell you you're a small vocal minority. No.
If they were a 1-to-1 copy, would it make a huge difference? Not huge, no. If it was a 1-to-1 copy, he would have a point. But he doesn't even have that.
You are the large vocal majority. Keep it up. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like what you heard, I thank you for listening this long. I will see you in the next video.
Nerdrotic.com.
Okay. That was unbelievably toxic. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's see. So, like, he hasn't done an actual review for a while? So that's weird. The first thing I'm coming up with Rings of Power in House of the Dragon, which was over a while ago. Okay, we'll look at Obi-Wan.
Books, records, films, these things matter. Call me shallow. It's the fucking truth.